p.m. I'm excited to be here. My name is Bridie Coughlin, and it's good to see you all here. I'm looking at all your names right now. Welcome, and thank you so much to 99 for having me tonight. Just first, before we get started, I'll tell you a little bit about me and why I'm here. I'm a makeup artist here in New York City, and I have been working for about 12 years professionally as a makeup artist. And the main job that I have that I love is working with actors and people who are in the entertainment industry on their promotional photos, specifically headshots. I work a ton with headshots, but I've also done some coaching, some classes individually and in groups, kind of like this, for actors, just to sort of brush up on their makeup skills and think about beauty and how it applies to this industry and how you can really use it as a tool. It should never be something that you're scared of or that is intimidating to you. It should really be something that you can think about as something that will help you for your auditions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've been working with a lot of people from 99 for many years. The photographer I work with a lot, we shoot a lot of the talent that comes through from 99, and it's always a great experience and we have a great time. And I'm just really happy that they've asked me to be here today, and I'm really happy to be here with all of you. Okay, so tonight what we're going to talk about is tailoring your makeup look to the character that you're auditioning for, or also the kind of character that you are. What that means is your type, basically. It's really important when you're acting or modeling, really. Definitely really important for acting, but even with modeling as well, you really want to get to know what your type is. And I'm lucky that I have kind of a background in theater and working in the entertainment industry even before I became a makeup artist. So I've always really enjoyed like kind of infusing that knowledge with the beauty aspect of things, which is really what we're going to focus on today. Just little ways that you can change your makeup to get really specific so that you're helping those casting directors really see you in that role that you're going out for. So, you know, I'm not going to get into a ton of like really specific, you know, really kind of general makeup tutorial stuff, but more so talk about how your look can really fit into what you're auditioning for and what you want to convey to a casting director or a coach or anything. So anyway, let's get started. So tonight I have just a basic kind of face on, which is basically just a little foundation, a little blush, and a little bronzer under my cheekbones. And I've also filled in my eyebrows just a little bit. You know, in terms of all that kind of stuff, I can give you sort of a basic overview of what I like to do. It's really just about sort of taking away anything that's distracting from your skin, like any blemishes, any redness. You don't really want to try to change your look too much with contouring or anything like that, because you really want to look like yourself. You want the casting directors to know who's walking in the room. So if you're doing your own makeup for a self-tape or your headshots, then you really want to keep it very simple, really look like yourself above all else. Make sure that it's not distracting. That's the biggest thing that you can do. You know, no harsh lines, no really out there colors. By the way, I love experimenting with makeup and all different colors and crazy looks and really graphic eyeliners and all that kind of stuff in regular life. I think that that's awesome. But what we're talking about today is for your castings and your auditions. And in that case, you really just want to keep it simple. Like I said, I've worked a lot with headshots, and I've gotten a lot of feedback over the years from casting directors and agents in terms of what they're looking for. And what I've never had anyone tell me that this client or this talent is, I'm like obviously trying to like get rid of this one piece of hair that's sticking out because it's driving me crazy. Sorry. I've never had a casting director or an agent tell me that that client needs to redo their headshots because they're not wearing enough makeup. It's always they're wearing too much makeup. It's always, you know, the makeup is distracting. So in terms of that, you know, the best thing you can really do is keep it simple. I also want to say that no one is expecting you to be a professional makeup artist. You're not going to get judged on your look. You're not going to get, you know, points off if your makeup doesn't look like you've been, you know, had a professional makeup artist. Once you get that job, they will have a makeup artist for you on set, generally. So you don't have to worry about it too much. The best thing that you can do is focus on looking like yourself and not being distracting with any kind of you know, crazy lines or colors or anything like that. So in terms of just your basic face, that's what you want to go for. You want to choose a foundation that's right for you. People ask me all the time what the best foundation is to use, and really it's just different for every single person. If you are, you know, have oily skin, you might want to have a more mattifying foundation. If you are drier, you might want to get a hydrating foundation. My only advice for that would be to not get anything that's too shiny. You don't want to look too shiny, and usually if you're doing a self-tape or you're doing headshots especially, or if you're going in person to a casting, which hopefully we'll all get back to soon, there's going to be a lot of light coming at you. So you don't want to be too shiny under the camera. And that's really good advice for everyone, and guys too. I don't think there's many guys in here, but anyway, so that's kind of a bit their basic face. If you have questions about contouring, I can give you like a little brief tutorial. I would say you want to grab a color that's a little bit deeper than your skin tone in terms of a bronzer like this. Stick to something that has a bit of a grayer shade, not too orange, because that's going to look more natural. And what you want to do is find the area under your cheekbones and just go back and forth, and then blend upwards and back. And that will just slim your face a little bit and pop your cheekbones and give you kind of that little contoured look. A lot of people get overboard when it comes to contouring because there's a lot of Instagram lines all over the face, and that's fine. But if that's something that intimidates you, all you want to do when you're thinking about contouring is think about putting the darker colors that go in the parts of your face that go in or back, and a lighter color in the parts of your face that go up or out. And you can do that just with the cheekbones. Some people like to contour their nose, put a little bit of a darker color here. Whatever you want to do, that's your call. Again, you want to really go with your own personal style here and do what's comfortable for you. One more piece of advice when it comes to complexion is I get a lot of questions about concealers. My advice is that if you feel like you're using concealer in more than 3 sections of your face, then you might want to switch to a more full coverage foundation. I found that a lot of people will put concealer all over if they're having a breakout, and concealer is a really, really pigmented product. So, and it's not meant to go all over your face like a foundation. So if you're really having a lot of breakouts and you're finding that you're using a ton of concealer, it's going to save you on product and on time if you just maybe switch to a more full coverage foundation. I would say also put your concealer on after your foundation. A lot of times the foundation itself will smooth over any imperfections that you have on your skin, and then you can just kind of go back in with your concealer just where you need it, and then you're just using a little bit. You're not having too much of a buildup. Like I have this guy poking out right here. I would put a little there. I would put a little there and there because I always get red around my nose. And then you just want to dab with your finger instead of swiping, because that will swipe away the product. If you swipe this way, it's going to move that concealer across your face. So you just want to dab it in, and there you go. Set with a little bit of powder. That's what I generally do because I get oily. If you're drier, you don't have to do that. But yeah, in terms of complexion, it's hard to give a general tutorial about that because everyone's skin is so different. So really find what works best for you.